Hello, good evening, class. Hope you have had a good weekend. Today, we are going to start with Unit 9, but we are not going to start with the very first lesson. We are going to start with lesson 9.3. And there is a reason, of course, because, well, we are going to check vocabulary, but mainly pronunciation. Pronunciation of ED, that we are going to check different structures with ED pronunciation, and it's very important to have it very clear, to pronounce it clearly, because this is a B1 level, right? It's not a basic level anymore, but it's very, very important to have it very clear, right? I repeat, I know, right? So let's start with pop crime, yeah? As this unit 9 starts with crime and punishment vocabulary that we are going to check later on. Let's start then with this very first reading, vocabulary and listening. Then we're going to practice pronunciation of regular verbs, especially, of course, regular verbs. Ending in ed because it's the same, remember, in past simple or past participle form, right? So pop crime, yes? What do you have to do here? Okay, so you have to check the different vocabulary we have, but before checking the vocabulary, let's check the different images we have here, right? In order to find out, yes, what does it say about this story of this boy? What happened to this boy, right? Why is this boy in jail now, right? And why does he look very happy? Yeah, because look at him. He doesn't look very miserable, right? Or very bad, yes? Okay, even though at the end probably a little bit, yes, a little bit miserable. Okay, so here we have. Back in July, 22-year-old Chicago student Michael Lewis was driving home very late from a friend's house. He was listening to loud music in his car. Oh, with his windows down, naturally. The neighbors weren't happy, of course, and they called the police. This is a cultural clip that I'm desired to tell you. I wish to tell you because, well, you will say that doesn't happen here in our country. No, because in Mexico, we tend to be loud people. We tend to put up with loud music, even though we don't like it, but we tend to tolerate that. In other countries, especially in some areas in the States, in Canada, for example, is forbidden, right? To have very loud music after certain times, no? If you are having a party at home, or even if you are driving during the day in your car, the music is for you, not for the rest of the people, right? So this is important. So in that case, the neighbors weren't happy, of course, and they called the police, as we said. Michael was sent to jail for the night, but was released the next day, free as a bird, to terrorize the neighborhood again. A week later, more loud music at 2 a.m. This time, Michael was charged with disorderly conduct and taken to court, but there was no evidence against him, so Michael was acquitted, free as a bird again. This week, more loud music. Third week, more loud music, sorry. Trouble is, there was a police car patrolling the neighborhood, so Michael had to face the judge again, right? But this time, things got serious. Michael was convicted. He was sentenced to 3 days in jail and had to pay $1,000 fine. But for some reason, the judge decided to give him an alternative. The judge asked Michael what his least favorite kind of music was. It turned out that Michael was not a fan of classical music. The judge's alternative was to listen to classical music for 30 hours. Easy choice, right? Not for Michael. After 20 minutes of Mozart and Beethoven, she chose the original punishment, sorry, right? Because he couldn't stand, he couldn't tolerate that kind of music, right? So, okay, it was like a lesson, right? A lesson for him because not everybody likes the same kind of music. So you don't have to turn up the volume, right? It doesn't matter that this is your car or home, right? So talking about this vocabulary, the vocabulary we have here. Okay, well, this is about pairs, but you are not here now, right? So let's match the highlighted words that we have in this story of Michael's story to the pictures, right? To the pictures of Michael, right? Let's match them first. Then we are going to listen to this dramatized version to the text that I have already read out, but of course this is dramatized, yes? Okay, so the highlighted words to the pictures, or phrases to the pictures. Sent to jail, sent to jail we have in number 2, right? Released, that he was very happy, he was released. He could leave, no? He could leave prison or jail in this case. Charged with. What about charged with? Which was charged with, in the court or where? In which of these pictures, what was he charged with? In the police. Number 4. Taken to court in front of that judge, right? 5. Acquit, number 6. Would you say? We are gonna check, what is it? Convicted. Convicted in 7, probably, right? Music or money, right? A fine. Or sentenced to. 8. And fine, yeah, number 7. So sentence 2 will be number 6, right? Sentence 2. Let's check the answers anyway. Let's check the answers. Picture 1 is not used. Sent to jail in number 2, of course, right? Picture 1 is not used, but sent to jail, as I mentioned before, right? Sent to jail. Then we have, right? Released. Released here. Number 3, he was released. And of course, charged with in 4. Charged with. With the police officer. Charged with. Taken to court or acquit, right? That is similar, right? Number 5. And taken to court again, because he was taken to court twice, remember, and convicted in number 6. And convicted, number 6. That's why he's not very happy there. And almost finally, sentenced to or fine. Number 7. Sentenced to or fine in 7. This picture was not used as well, number 8. So let's listen to the dramatize, of course, text. Let's listen to that.
Back in July, 22-year-old Chicago student Michael Lewis was driving home very late from a friend's house. He was listening to loud music in his car. Oh, with his windows down, naturally. The neighbors weren't happy, of course, and they called the police. Michael was sent to jail for the night, but was released the next day.
Get out of here!
Free as a bird to terrorize the neighborhood again. A week later, more loud music at 2 a.m. This time, Michael was charged with disorderly conduct.
Young man, this is your crime.
And taken to court.
Silence in the court.
But there was no evidence against him, so Michael was acquitted.
We find the defendant not guilty.
Yeah! Woo! That's right! Free as a bird again. Third week, more loud music. Trouble is, there was a police car patrolling the neighborhood. So Michael had to face the judge again, but this time things got serious. Michael was convicted.
We find the defendant guilty.
He was sentenced to 3 days in jail
Fine and 3 days at the local penitentiary.
and had to pay a $1,000 fine. But for some reason, the judge decided to give him an alternative. The judge asked Michael what his least favorite kind of music was. It turns out that Michael was not a fan of classical music. The judge's alternative was to listen to classical music for 30 hours. Easy choice, right? Not for Michael. After 20 minutes of Mozart and Beethoven, he chose the original punishment.
Okay, well, this was the dramatized text on the story of this boy, right? Because of listening to loud music in his car, right? Very loud music that bothered their neighbors, his neighbors, right? Sorry, right? Because as I mentioned, hello, Esteban and Donovan. Sorry, I started the class at 9:06 because, well, I have to start at 9:05, right? Imagine if I start until you join the class, it's going to be a 30-minute class now. It's going to be shorter, so it's not possible for me. So I have to continue, right? Okay, guys?
Okay.
So we are here in Unit 9.3, talking about crime and punishment, vocabulary, right? Well, we have already finished the first part, yes? So we are going to continue with the second part, that is listening as well, right? Okay, so look at the punishments we have here, right? Guess the crimes. What do you think happened to these two images and people?
Al Torito. How is
Which
this
one?
called? The
This
number
is
2.
jail. Jail. Jail.
A jail. Se ven todos muy. Maybe drunk drivers.
Maybe drunk drivers. That's why you related to
Torito.
okay, drunk drivers. To drunk drivers, no? That okay,
Could be.
okay, with alcohol, right? In their blood. I'm driving, no? Could be. Esteban?
People sentenced to do a party, maybe. With music loud.
Sentence to do a party? What do you mean? ¿Están sentenciados a ser fiestas? What do you mean? What do you mean?
Because they organize a party.
Okay. They organize a party.
Very late.
Okay,
Maybe
very late.
in the street, or how do you say via pública?
Okay, yes. In the street. So on public areas, on public areas or places. That's why they were sentenced, all of them. Okay, to jail, to pass a night in jail, probably, or one day, no, 24 hours in jail, or drunk drivers. It could be any or the other. Yes, you are right. And what about the first one? What is happening with this lady?
He's trying to send a message, or maybe he's she's ¿cómo dice cuando se manifiestan?
No, demonstrating.
Demonstrating?
Or you can say protesting or demonstrating.
Yeah. She's protesting, maybe.
Okay, why?
Or how do you say alterar el orden público?
Okay. The public order to disrupt
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 the
the public
public
order.
order.
The public order. Okay. Yeah. That are good. Yeah. Disrupt. That are good guesses. Disrupt the public order, probably. Let's listen to the news and let's say what happened, right? To check if you were close, if you were right. Let's check.
1. 32-year-old Sheena Harden was caught on camera driving on a sidewalk in order to go around a school bus that was dropping off children. She was taken to court, and the judge sentenced her to an embarrassing punishment. She was told to stand at a busy intersection holding a sign which read, "Only an idiot would drive on a sidewalk to avoid a school bus." Just to add to her humiliation, the event was live-streamed by television crews. Harden also had her license suspended and was ordered to pay $250 in court costs. 2.
It was an ordinary morning in San Francisco's district court, and then, without warning, someone's cell phone rang and broke the silence. Judge Robert Rather didn't like what he heard. "Whose phone is ringing? Bring it to me now." Nobody did. "Everyone will be arrested unless I get that phone now." Again, no one confessed at all. Judge Rather wasn't kidding. All 42 people present were charged with disturbing the peace and sent to jail. After suffering in prison for a couple of hours, they were released, of course. But the judge was permanently removed from office for abusing judicial power. In a recent interview, he said he had been under a lot of stress.
Okay,
So
okay.
was it near your guess or not really?
No, no, at
What's
least mine's
happening?
no.
Okay, no, at least no drinking with drunk, not drinking drunk or with alcohol. Esteban Janelli, no? In the second one, in the first one, what did this lady do?
She, I think she was driving, right, in the sidewalk, and the judge say that the condemned it was holding a cartel. It's ¿cómo se dice cartel? Un cartel.
The sentence. She was
The
sentenced.
sentence. To a sentence.
Was
To
to
hold
hold a poster or
poster,
to hold
with that phrase.
In the intersection, in
Intersection.
a public intersection, right? And she was doing it, and she was also live streaming. She was also live streaming, right? Okay, well, it wasn't part of the court, but yeah, that's part of the public, no? And the second one, what's happened in the second picture? Did you get it, Esteban and Janelli, or not really? Or a little bit?
A little bit, because all people, 42 people present were charged, and disturbing
the peace, disturbing the peace, the judge said. But why? Do you remember why? Why were they
in the second? For the cell phone? The cell phone was ringing?
Where was this ringing? Remember?
in an office, maybe.
In an office. And who sentenced everybody to prison? Well, to jail. No? Okay, listen again. The second one, please.
Without warning, someone's cell phone rang. Nobody did.
Okay, again, sorry.
District didn't like.
And was ordered to pay $250 in court costs. 2.
It was an ordinary morning in San Francisco's district court, and then, without warning, someone's cell phone rang and broke the silence. Judge Robert Rather didn't like what he heard. "Whose phone is ringing? Bring it to me now." Nobody did. "Everyone will be arrested unless I get that phone now." Again, no one confessed at all. Judge Rather wasn't kidding. All 42 people present were charged with disturbing the peace and sent to jail. After suffering in prison for a couple of hours, they were released, of course. But the judge was permanently removed from office for abusing judicial power. In a recent interview, he said he had been under a lot of stress.
Okay, so it was where? Where did it happen that the cell phone rang?
The judge,
But where did it happen? In the district court, no? In the district
San
court.
Francisco district.
Must have found arrest
Yes.
42 people.
Everybody who was in the district court that morning, no, an ordinary morning, because someone's cell phone rang. So they were sent to prison, right? And what happened to the judge? How long did they stay in jail?
one night, I think, no? One night?
No, no, it was mentioned. No, don't you remember?
No.
Yes, it was mentioned.
24? No.
Okay. And what
No.
happened to the judge?
He say, he had been under a lot of stress.
He had been under a lot of stress, but he was removed from his office because of abusing of his power, right? Legal power. Yes, it is said that they were just okay.
Judge Rather wasn't kidding. All 42 people present were charged with disturbing the peace and sent to jail. After suffering in prison for a couple of hours, they were released, of course.
For how long? How long did they stay in jail?
Mm,
2 hours. After suffering for a couple of hours, she mentioned.
a couple.
Mhm.
A couple.
So 2 hours, and that's it. Okay, correct. So, well, it was the judge's fault because he was, as you mentioned, Donovan, Esteban, sorry, he was under a lot of stress, but anyway, no, he abused of his power, right? His legal power, right? Just for ringing a cell phone, it was too much, no? To send people to prison, well, to jail in this case. Okay, complete the extras, guys, with the prepositions we have here, right? So we have at, from, in, to, times, on, to, under, or with. What will be the correct preposition in this case? Read them silently, then you are gonna read them aloud, but read them and analyze. What will be the preposition? The use of prepositions sometimes seems to be easy, but sometimes it's not that easy, right?
And the number 9 and 10. 9 is removed for office.
Okay. Remove 4.
He said he had been under a lot of stress.
Okay, under a lot of stress. The 9, remove for office. But we don't have 4. We don't have 4. We have from. But we don't have 4. So remove from
San Francisco district.
Remove from office, yes, but not 4, right?
Yeah, from.
Okay, thank you, Esteban. Yes, very good, thank you. Any other?
Were sent to hell.
Was
the
sent to jail.
number,
To jail.
to
Jail.
jail. Yeah.
To jail. Sent to jail. Number. Which other?
The number one was
Bring it.
already answered or not yet? The number one.
Oh, no. 32-year-old Sheena
I think
Harding
it's
was
on
caught.
camera. Was caught on
Was
camera?
caught on
Yeah.
camera driving on a sidewalk. Thank
And
you.
bring it to me. Number 6.
Bring it to me now. Bring it to me now. No, the judge said about the cell phone. Thank you. Janely?
Number 5. At.
Good morning at San Francisco District Court. Okay. Do you agree, guys? At?
Or in.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna check that difference. It's not very big, but it's slight. At or in. Any other?
¿Cuáles nos faltan?
We already have number 1.
One.
We have number 6, number 8, number 9, number 10. But we are missing number 2, number 3, 4.
I think
We already have number 5.
Okay. Maybe number 2 is the judge sentenced her to an embarrassing punishment.
Sentence her to an embarrassing punishment. Thank you, Donovan. Any other, Esteban?
7 maybe is word chart.
She was told.
At disturbing the
No, this is with. Charged with disturbing the peace. Charged with.
She was told.
Charged with disturbing the peace. Anyway, let's check the audio script. Let's check the audio script. Yes. Was caught on camera, as you mentioned, right, Donovan? Taken to court and sentenced her to, right, to an embarrassing punishment. She was told to stand at this intersection, right? Told to stand at this intersection, right? At this intersection, a specific, very specific place, right? At. Stand at this intersection, right? Just to add her humiliation. Just to add to her humiliation. Yeah. She was ordered to pay $250 for cost. She was ordered to pay in court. Court cost. And bring it to me, no? Now, the cell phone, no? Talking about the cell phone.
And San Francisco.
Bring it to me. Bring it to me. And it was an ordinary morning in San Francisco, right? In a city, right? Or in a country or in a city, in a place. Yes, Janely? Yes. And at a specific area. At a specific area, correct? Yes. That will be the difference between at and in. All 42 people present were charged with disturbing the peace. Disturbing the peace, and what else? Sent to jail, no? Sent to jail. Sent to jail, as we said before. And you have already mentioned, Esteban, remove from the office, no? The judge, no? He was removed from the office, removed from office. And he mentioned that he was being under a lot of stress. Yes, as we mentioned before, right? So is it easy or difficult, the use of prepositions, or sometimes confusing? How do you try to learn prepositions? Yes, Esteban.
Only When it's places, it's sometimes and at
Sometimes.
in
Okay, in places, right? A specific at, in general, in. General
okay.
places, right? At the specific areas, right? That would be the main difference in that case. But how do you try to learn prepositions? In English, of course.
I think you learn prepositions, ¿cómo se diría pasivamente? Mm,
Okay, by reading. Passive.
you learn unconscious preposition because
Okay, unaware. Unaware.
unaware.
You don't pay attention.
It's
Huh?
the prepositions are used in a lot of phrase and a lot of chats. They in an unconscious way. So I think you learn
Okay.
it just speaking or maybe writing.
And
I think.
reading.
Reading, I think.
And reading, of course, right?
Así que sin querer lo aprendes.
Yeah, so you don't pay fully attention.
No.
Okay. Danelli and Donovan. Donovan Esteban, sorry.
No pasa nada.
Do you agree with Donovan or do you have a different method to learn
I
prepositions?
think is a topic that you learn with the practice. Maybe writing more that speaking.
Okay.
Writing.
Reading, probably. Reading and reading is more common, right? In your case, for example. Esteban, the same to you?
And my
Your case?
tiempo libre of time.
In your free time?
Free time. I try to read a lot of Twitter threads, hilos. Threads in English during the day. My free time.
Okay, and that's a way for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, some people probably pay more attention, no? Fully attention, but yeah, most of the times we don't pay fully attention, right? The same happens in Spanish, right? But when writing is very important, no? Because whenever I write in Spanish and I start, is that en? Basado en? Basado con? De acuerdo a, no idea. Sometimes I need to check even in a dictionary, even in our own mother tongue, because, well, sometimes it's like, I don't know. Okay, it can be quite confusing, right? Especially when you are writing something formal, right? Or quite formal. Okay, correct, guys. Well,
Message or Gmail.
yeah, an email or something like that, no? Okay, especially an email, Janelli, because a message from a friend is not, okay, it doesn't matter that you make mistakes.
No, message
but,
for mail or
okay, yes, an
formal.
email. Yes, an email or something that you need from the bank or the insurance company or whatever, and you need to be more accurate, no?
Yeah, with your
correct.
friends, it's basic.
Yeah, it doesn't matter that you make mistakes, no? Okay, so now we're gonna focus on something that you must know, guys, something that you must know, but it's necessary that we practice a little bit because in this unit, in Unit 9, we're gonna check many structures, well, not many, but some structures that we are gonna use, of course, past participle, and especially of regular verbs, right? So on the same lesson, page 117, pronunciation of ED. So remember, listen how ED links to vowels, right? And consonants, right? Vowels in gray, consonants in orange. Is the ED sound clear or does it link? Right? What would you say? Right? Clear or links? Okay, clear refers that it doesn't link, that is just that sound or links is not very clear. It links with another sound. Yes? Okay. Listen and decide. You will check clear or links in each case from 1 to 6. All right? Here we go.
1,
Everyone will be arrested unless I get that phone now.
2,
The judge decided to give him an alternative.
So what would you say from 1 and 2? Clear or link the sound with a vowel or with a consonant?
The pronunciation and the number
Arrested unless.
one is clear.
Clear. The second one.
Maybe links.
Okay.
Se escucha un poquito más.
Sure. What about this? The third and the fourth one?
3,
They were released, of course.
4,
He could be sentenced to a week in jail.
The
Clear?
3 is clear.
Clear.
Clear and links. No? And the last 2?
5,
Again, no one confessed at all.
6,
The judge was permanently removed from office.
Links and
Clear?
clear.
Is this one? And clear this one? Or the other way around? What would you say? Thank you,
Yeah,
Vanessa.
I think.
I think the number 5 is clear and 6 links.
Yeah, I think the same.
And then
Yes.
Would you like switch?
The
Me
cross.
too.
The cross, not the tick. Okay. So 1, clear. And the second one, links, correct. Clear, number 3, and links, and clear, and links, no? So that means that with a vowel sound, after the ed, of course, verb, because these are regular verbs, of course, with vowels are clear, and with consonants, it links, no? So we have, of course, this pronunciation, but also remember that the pronunciation of ed depends on the last sound, not the spelling, but the last sound of the regular verb, right? So here we have general rules, but well, we are gonna practice, no? After voice consonants, we are gonna practice this. After vowel sound, after a non-voice consonant, what does that mean? This is the only one that you need to memorize, learn by heart. This one. The one that I really want you to memorize all the time, because this is a golden rule for pronunciation, right? If after T or D sound in infinitive form before ed, right? Before ed or before D, before the verb in past or past participle, want, no? This ends with sound, right? Or decide, no? Here we have decide. Decide. It doesn't matter that we end with E, but it doesn't sound, right? So decide. Decided, want it, decided. Yes? Remember that? Yes? Okay, I'm gonna share another screen with you guys. Let me share this one. No, you are not watching anything, right? Object. Are you watching my screen now?
Right now, no.
Here? Yes. I'm gonna give you the link. Yes?
And
They're yellow, yeah.
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 Okay, so just to practice a little bit, of course, you must remember this, but I don't know if you remember this very clearly or not that clearly. You have the link anyway. Okay, so pronunciation of ED, of course, verse ending in a voiceless sound. Voiceless and voiced. That means that these are vibrant. Vibrant, voiced. No vibrant sounds. This one. Repitan, por favor. Put your fingers here, your thumb and your index finger in your trough. In your trough. No los veo, chicos, así de que confío en ustedes. Porque nunca se dejan ver. Se supone que dentro de las reglas están que tienen que prender su cámara because this is a class. No es un podcast, es a class. Pero bueno. Ya les di chance todo el curso, pues ya que puedo hacer, ¿no? Ok. So put your fingers here.
Pero hace calor.
Sorry?
Estamos cómodos. Disculpe, Miss, pero hace calor. Estamos cómodos.
¿Hace calor? Pues yo también
Bueno,
tengo
donde
calor.
yo vivo, sí.
También hace calor en la Ciudad de México, sí. Mucho más del normal.
Y entonces, pues, ¿cuánto para más organizar?
Ok, no entendí. Pero, ok, so in that case, put your fingers, please, on your trough, right? Voiced sounds have to do with vibrant, right? So you need to pronounce the sounds. Estos son los sonidos con los que terminan los verbos en infinitivo. B, z, z, v, z. Right? Ahora van a pronunciar estos.
Okay.
¿Cuáles vibran y cuáles no vibran? O sea, todos se mueven, todos se tienen que mover because you are alive, ¿no? We are alive. But this one, estos vibran. Si no lo están pronunciando bien, no les va a vibrar. But these are voiced sounds, son vibrantes. Or any vowel. A, E, O, U. Hay una vibración. Hay una vibración. Aquí no, estos son explosivos. Voiceless. Voiceless sounds. No, not vibratory. Right? Son
Okay.
secos. Son
Qué raro.
secos. Son todos los sonidos con los que terminan los verbos en infinitivo. Entonces, estos suenan como work. En pasado, worked. Pero si fuera cold, que termina con sonido L, vibrante, cold. I called my mom yesterday. Right? Yes. Or all the verbs that end with T or D in infinitive, antes de la ED o la D, is like decide, decided, or started, ¿no? We have more, right? ¿Sí queda claro?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes,
sí.
sure. So we have helped. Termina con sonido voiceless, no vibra la P antes de la ED, helped.
Helped.
Then helped, kissed, loved. Aquí están.
Loved. Washed.
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 No quiere sonar. Se supone que debería de sonar aquí. Ok.
Helped.
Ya ahora sonó mucho.
Helped.
Oh.
Helped.
Oh, kissed.
Helped.
Ya.
It's stuck.
Kissed.
Está las veces que le dio
Kissed.
clic.
Kissed. Kissed.
Oh my gosh.
Kissed.
Kissed.
No, ya no le di tanto clic.
Kissed.
Oh my gosh.
Kissed.
Loved.
Si no, refresca la página.
Kissed. Kissed.
Ese se cancela, que yo sepa. Sí.
Okay, loved. Washed.
Laughed.
Washed.
Washed.
Finished.
Washed.
Finished.
Danced.
Danced.
Looked.
Looked.
Washed.
Watched.
Watched.
Then voice sounds que terminan en estos sonidos, que son vibrantes. Oh, entonces, roughed,
Rubbed.
begged,
Begged.
esconded, called,
Called.
climbed,
Claimed.
Clean.
Cleaned.
Cleaned.
Clean.
Offered.
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 Loved.
Loved.
Realized.
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 Wanted.
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 Educated.
Educated.
Ended.
Ended.
Needed.
Needed. Okay. So which ones are in each case, in each pronunciation? Which ones? Let's start with T sounds. O vamos a empezar con el que es diferente. The sounds that y D, que son los que terminan yo sin D o T sound in infinitive, antes de la ED o de la D. So which ones? D or T sound antes de la ED, before ED.
Reminded.
Reminded.
Recorded.
Reminded, recorded. Correct. Recorded, reminded. Any other? Reminded, recorded.
Corrected.
Started. Corrected. Corrected, because before ED is T,
Painted.
T or D sound. D sound. Painted. Paint. Painted. Correct. Very good. Then D or T sound, what would you say? T sound. Say voiced or unvoiced. Si vibran antes de la ED es que van con D. Si no vibran, van con T.
Voiced.
Believe. ¿En qué sonido termina antes de la ED? Believe.
And
Silbante.
Believed. Believed. Then.
Matched.
Dress. ¿Qué sonido es antes de la ED? Dress. Explosivo. Voiceless. No suena.
Voiceless.
Entonces, si no es vibrante,
Sí.
is T. Dressed. Dressed. Right? Scream.
Screamed.
Screamed.
Voice sound.
Screamed. Asked.
Voiceless sound.
Voiceless. Voiceless, todos los voiceless son con T al final. Acuérdense que la E siempre va a ser silenciosa. Letter E doesn't sound. Asked. Asked. Then.
Past. And
Past. Okay, past. Any other?
Matched.
Mashed. Mashed. And the rest?
Talked.
Pero talked también es voice, ¿no? Unvoiced. No suena, ¿no? No es silbante. Talked. Es explosiva. Talked. And the others? Ordered. And improved. And fond. Fond. ¿Nos faltó una? No, ¿verdad?
No.
Right? Okay. Right, guys. Sí queda más claro porque no lo quiero escuchar diciendo fondet, follett. No. All right. Fond, hold, cleaned. No? Loved, laughed, etc. Right? Because we're going to talk about different structures with past participle regular verbs, of course, right? That's why I started with this. Yes, that's why I decided to start with this, okay? So just practice, practice in order to have that correct pronunciation, right? I know that it's not difficult, but it's necessary to practice. And before ending the lesson, guys, now that you are here, I'm gonna give, I know that it's late. I know that you are tired. Everybody's tired. I'm tired too, but I need to recover the time that I couldn't give you last Monday, remember? So I've decided, if possible, if you can, that would be excellent. If you can be here in class, well, you can see the recording in Moodle classroom, in Moodle, in the virtual classroom, right? But I'm gonna have an hour after 10 tomorrow, Tuesday and Thursday. Yes, for recovering that time, right? So have an hour tomorrow and have an hour on Thursday. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Yes,
Thank
teacher.
you.
Okay.
Thank you,
Okay.
guys. Thank you very much. Have a nice night. Have a
Thank you.
nice
See
one.
you.
See ya.
You.